If you have been following manga for the last few years, you know that there are 3 manga that everyone has been begging for an anime. These manga are Dandadan, Sakamoto Days, and Kagurabachi. And these manga are massive, and I don't think I have to tell you why it is so massive. The art style is absolutely astonishing, a story that is unique and interesting on its own, a large fan base and community talking and spreading the word about those manga, and of course all of the hentai. That is the reason why every time these titles are mentioned or talked about in a video, they always have a lot of views. From those views comes a lot of expectations. A lot of people came to read the manga, and then they loved the manga, and now they have their own imagination of what the anime will be. They want their anime to be as good as possible. And this is where the tricky part begins. How do you overcome these expectations? If I may generally conclude these expectations, I think we can say that people want their anime to visually look good. That means it may include the art style, how close and similar it is to the manga, or maybe the art direction, the cuts, the frame, the scenes, and how they adapt a manga panel. Or maybe the most important thing is the animation. And this is where the problem begins. When we look back to 2019 where a certain anime is released, that anime sets a new standard of animation. Look, I don't hate Demon Slayer. Maybe sometimes I talk shit about Demon Slayer as much as the next guy, but in fact, I enjoy watching Demon Slayer. But we can trace from the moment that Demon Slayer came out, people have been setting the benchmark of good anime equals good animation. And that good animation has to be the Ufotable style of animation. What I mean by that is that Ufotable has a very distinct art style where they overload the screen with this. And this is what made people think what every anime should be. And that is totally wrong. I can mention all anime titles since Demon Slayer, and the only anime that people calling god tier animation is the one that has the same Ufotable style animation. Even though there are a lot of great anime that have amazing animations, now you probably see it on the screen now, and even some anime like Chainsaw Man gets called out for having bad animations just because it doesn't have the Ufotable style animations. And this also happens with the anime that I'm going to talk about, which is Sakamoto Days. Before we talk about the debate about the animations, I want to tell you my opinion about it. Now, I read the manga before, and let me tell you that the manga is absolutely amazing. And I speak for everyone that already read the manga. When you see this in your manga, you obviously expect a god tier animation when it comes out. It would be a huge waste if you didn't call the S tier animation team to work on this. And I personally think that we got in the actual anime adaptation is a step down from the manga. Yes, I admit that I got a little bit disappointed when the studio adapting it is not well known for making an action shonen anime. Which studio would be a perfect match? Do you see that one AI throwing hands back then? This is 4 years ago, but I'm not calling out that the animation is bad. It is actually far from being a bad animation. I watch a lot of anime, so I know what bad animation looks like. So let's break down one of the scenes in the first episode. So what is going to happen is that Shin, who is one of the main characters, walked into the store to confront Sakamoto. He pulls up his gun and his response is to spit out the gum to block the bullet.
What the fuck?
And then the fight happens. Sakamoto blinks behind his back and kicks the living shit out of him. This scene is amazing. I think the decision to slow it down is just pure genius. In the manga, it happens only just that. But in the anime, you can see how badass that move is. And everything that follows this up is equally amazing. They done every bit of the step really well. And if you still say that this is bad, then there is something wrong with you. Even the scene comes after it also done really well. You can feel that every kick, every punch he gives is packing. Maybe I got a little bit nitpick on some scenes. For example, in the second episode where Sakamoto is fighting these assassins, or whatever you wanna call him, the part where Sakamoto is dodging their attack is kinda weird. I wish they could remove the dodging or blocking part because they did it pretty often in this case. And that's why, in this debate, I didn't agree with people saying Sakamoto Days is a flop and has bad animations. I think Sakamoto Days has really solid animations and you can't hardly complain about that. I made a YouTube shorts about this, and I'm glad me and my viewers are on the same page. You guys are so real for that. Maybe Sakamoto Days is missing the wow factor. There's nothing really stands out, but everything done at enough scale to be a really solid anime. There is one comment on my video that I absolutely agree with, is that people nowadays prefer peak animations and super duper intense action over character arcs, major storytelling, and key plot to a story. Yes, and this is what I call a spoiled anime fans. I don't know exactly when anime fans became so ingrained and toxic, and how do you even justify applying this to Sakamoto? He doesn't have magic powers, so where did that bling bling came from? It doesn't make any sense when you want Sakamoto Days to be animated as the same as Fate series. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not here to dictate if you wanna watch anime because it has good animations and fight scenes. If you watch that on your own, then so be it. But let me tell you that the definition of god tier animations, that you guys always call it, is beyond that. Violet Evergarden is one of the most beautiful anime ever made, and it doesn't even have a fight scene. And even slice of life anime like Dress Up Darling or Losing Heroine also have god tier animation on their own. And not all of us care about the animation. Sometimes, if the story is really good, I can compensate for having a barebone animation. Or maybe you could like an anime if the characters relate to you. Or maybe you could find a story that is not available on any other media. There are so many things good in anime other than just enjoying the animation. That is the reason why I fell in love with this medium in the first place. And the sooner you realize that, you will find a new kind of worm you could enjoy and sink yourself into. And I think I'm gonna leave at that note. At the end of the day, anime is for your entertainment. You can watch anything you want and what you enjoy. And if you enjoy this video, please leave a like and press that subscribe button down below. And maybe if you wanna looking for more manga to read, maybe you can watch this video right here.